Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome. My name is Pinky, and teaching witchcraft and tarot is what I do. As promised, you guys, I am bringing you guys spell work back to back. This is the last step that I'm doing for a client of mine, and I'm going to take you guys step by step. Now, this spell is for those of you guys that recently had a separation, a breakup, some ghosting, or they're just not really giving you the attention and affection that you deserve or that you're craving. Now, what is this going to do? This is going to break and strip them from their ego and their pride. So, again, if there's no contact, there's no communication, this is a spell for you. Pinky, can this be done for my partner? Though we are on good terms, he does have a tendency of being dominant, or she does have a tendency of being dominant, trying to overpower. Absolutely. This is going to keep them tamed. This is going to remove, like I said, their ego, their pride. They're going to want to aim to please and keep you happy. So this could be done even if you guys are on good terms, but ideally it is to bring back a person into your life. So I'm going to take you guys step by step on what you need. Very important. You're going to need a white piece of paper. You're going to be needing a red marker or red pen. You're going to be needing a jar. You're going to be needing some ice. Very important. And some cinnamon. Now, you have the option of adding or integrating some sugar in this spell. However, if you're dealing with a very dominant person or a person that is very much in their ego and pride, like I said, you want to make it as simplistic as possible because in magic, the ice is always used to melt away, right? When we put something in the freezer, it's to keep it stuck in that situation or in that circumstance. When you're putting ice over something, it's going to melt. And because we're dealing with a person that is extremely egocentric or someone that's very much in their pride and their ego, very much in their shadow side, ideally what you're doing is you're melting away their ego and their pride. So that's the reason why we're using ice, and ice is going to be the main ingredient in this spell. So you want quite a few, okay? Quite a bit of ice. Now the cinnamon is going to be used to facilitate, think of it as precipitation, like I always told you, like I always tell you guys, if you've been following me for a while, you know that cinnamon basically speeds up everything. So, last step, what you're going to be needing is a pair of panties, whatever you're, and you have to make sure that those panties have been worn and they have to be your panties, okay? Because we're going to, once the ritual is done and completed, once the spell is done and completed, what you're going to do is you're going to keep it in a hidden place, in a dark place, and you want to put the underwear or your panties around it and keep it in that drawer or in your panty drawer or whatever, where it's not going to be seen, touched, or you don't want it and you don't want it interrupted, basically. So again, as the ice melts, so is their pride, their ego, and all the shit that they're holding on to that is keeping them from reaching out, from coming towards you, or from being softer to you and giving you more love and more affection. Okay. All right. So we're going to begin with the piece of paper. You're going to write down their first name, their last, their date of birth, or any nicknames. I often hear, Pinky, I don't have their date of birth. That's okay. You can write down their nicknames or anything that is connected to their person. Okay. So this could be like a nickname. This could be like something you call them, whatever. Anything that is of that person's information. If you don't have their date of birth, you can use as an example their address. If you don't know their address, you can use their cell phone number. Okay. So you want to add as many things as possible that are personal to this person. Okay. So once that is done, and also you're going to be writing that information with a red marker or a red pen. All right, so the very important part here is, as always, I tell you guys when doing any type of spell work, it is crucial and important to make sure that you're grounded, that you're centered and focused. So when we're about to do this, we're about to do the conjure here. So once you have the information, once you have their first name, their last name, date of birth, or anything that is connected to them or their nickname, you're then gonna lick your index finger and you're going to rub it over their name or over their information. Once you're done with that, what you're going to do is with your nail, you're going to be doing crosses and you're going to give me 1 second as I do this really quick. Okay. So what we're going to do here is, like I said, you're going to use your nail and you're going to say, I conjure you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, like the head, thoughts, heart, sex, willpower, and the life spirit of, and you're going to say the person's name, their last name, and their date of birth, or whatever information you're using, okay? I was actually going to consecrate this and I realized that this is it's just for showing purposes. Okay. So once that is done, make sure to do this 3 times so that you can empower it. If you have experience with this, then obviously you know how to center yourself. So again, I will do it for you guys. You're going to do the crosses, right, with your nail. You're going to do the crosses and you're going to say, I conjure you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, like the head, thoughts, heart, sex, willpower, and life spirit of, and you're going to say your person's name. You're going to do this 3 times. Once that is done, what you're going to do is you're going to throw it into the jar, okay? I'm going to keep this over here so you guys can't see my client's information. Okay, so you're going to throw the piece of paper inside the jar, okay? You're going to put it inside the jar like this, right? Like this. Okay, so once you do that, what we're going to do now is we're going to get the ice and we're going to integrate the ice in the jar. And like I said, oh, you're gonna need a lot of it. So don't be stingy with it. The more the better, okay? So it's gonna look something like this, okay? And I'm gonna leave it like that because I'm gonna leave it like that in the altar for a bit until it starts melting before I can actually close it up and seal it. Okay, so once that is done, now we're going to add the cinnamon. And you want to put a lot of cinnamon here, you guys. And again, the cinnamon always works as a precipitation to make it have an effect much more stronger and faster. All right. All right. So what we do now is we're going to consecrate it in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Really center yourself and you're going to say out loud, I conjure you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, like the head, thoughts, heart, sex, willpower, and the life spirit of, and you're going to say the person's name. Okay, once you do that, you're going to hold your hands over it and you're going to say, from this moment forward, I strip you of all your ego, all your pride, all the blockages, all the excuses, all the people, situations, circumstances that are keeping you from coming towards me. I release them now. I free you and I command you to come rushing in, to be consistent, to be committed, to be loyal, and to aim to please my heart's desire. I strip you now from your pride and your ego. Your need and desire is to please me and keep me happy. There is no longer pride. There is no longer ego. There is no longer stubbornness. You come to me submissive, loving, caring, nurturing, thoughtful, and considerate. As I will it now, and so it's done. Once you're done with that, you're going to let it start to melt. Keep in mind every time, or the more it starts to melt, the more it is closing the gap of the distancing. It is melting away and removing all the blockages, all the obstacles, all the pride, all the ego, anything that this person is, or that anything that is outside of them or within themselves that's holding them back from coming towards you. Okay. So once that is done, you're going to then seal it. When you're done sealing it, you're going to get your panties or your underwear or whatever lingerie you use and make sure that it has been used. You're going to then wrap it around once the jar is sealed. Once it's closed, you're going to put the underwear around it and you're going to keep it away and hidden in a dark place wherever no one can see it or touch it, especially this person. So you can keep it there as long as you want. Doesn't matter if the person comes back, doesn't matter if you guys rekindle, doesn't matter if you guys are doing amazing. You can keep it and it's going to keep them sweet. It's going to keep them, like I said, no pride, no ego. Nothing that is going, their aim and their desire is going to want to please you and to keep you happy. Like I said, you can keep this as long as you want, or if they come back to you and you guys are in good terms and you feel like you don't need it anymore, you can always get rid of it by tossing all the ingredients out. Okay. Now, if you decide to keep it for indefinite, right? When you start to notice them falter, go back to being prideful or being a bit egotistical, whatever, you can redo this, okay? You can redo this as many times as possible. Just try the best you can to not be so impulsive and do it like every other month or something like that. Like, don't do that, okay? Uh, be practical, be mindful when it comes to practicing magic. If you try this, definitely come back. Let us know what your experience was. Comment below so that you can let other people know what your results were or what your experiences were. I want to wish you guys the very best, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, comment, and I will see you guys soon. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe so you guys can get notified of the most recent videos going up, as we have some tons of spell videos that I have coming towards you. I will see you guys soon. Until then, bye for now.